Hello, I'm Patricia Wentworth, and for my Capstone Project, I decided to research Galileo Galilei and the controversy between him and the Catholic Church during the Scientific Revolution. I chose this topic because religion impacted the history of Western civilization so much that it was interesting to learn about a period where religion wasn't an influence. The Scientific Revolution. The Scientific Revolution lasted roughly from the 16th century to the 18th century, but it's difficult to pinpoint the exact years. There were advancements in astronomy, physics, and mathematics during this time. This period was known for being a kind of turning point for how researchers thought. Instead of being influenced more by religion, researchers were double-checking work and creating hypotheses, which turned into the scientific method. Some significant figures during this era include Nicholas Copernicus, who is known for his research for heliocentrism, Galileo Galilei, who is most known for his telescope and the discovery of Jupiter's moons, Johannes Kepler, who is famously known for his research on planetary motion, and Isaac Newton, who is known for his laws of physics and gravity. Geocentrism. Geocentrism is famously theorized by the astronomer Ptolemy. However, it is known that he isn't the first to come up with this theory. It is the belief that the Earth is the center of the solar system, and the Moon, Sun, and other orbitals rotate around it. This model was supported for religious beliefs, as the Earth was viewed as powerful as God, and other orbitals were like its acolytes. This model was the popular belief amongst others. And over to the right, I have a picture of Ptolemy, and then the geocentric model, which in the middle it has the Earth, and then it's surrounded by the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Heliocentrism. Heliocentrism was most famously theorized by Nicholas Copernicus. However, similar to Ptolemy, he was not the first to come up with the model. It is the belief that the Sun is the center of the solar system, and Earth, amongst the other orbitals, rotate around it. Some evidence in support of this theory was conducted by Egyptians and the math they used to measure the distance between the Moon and Earth, and then the Earth and the Sun. This was an unpopular belief since it went against religious belief. And over to the right, I have a picture of Copernicus and then his heliocentric model with the Sun in the center of the solar system. And then it goes Mercury, Venus, Earth, and then our Moon is orbiting the Earth. Then we have Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And in both of the models, it's evident that Neptune and Uranus is not present. That's just because that they were not discovered yet. So now we have Galileo Galilei. Galileo Galilei was an astronomer and physicist during the scientific revolution who is most known for his telescope. He was initially a believer of the geocentric model, but was inspired by Copernicus after conducting his own research, and then he was converted to Copernicanism, which is just Copernicus's model of heliocentrism. And then here's a picture of Galileo. Galileo's research. Galileo is most known for his telescope, but he is not who invented it. The Dutch are who originally invented it. Galileo just improved it with convex and concave lenses that allowed for 30 times greater magnification. With the telescope, Galileo discovered mountainous structures on the Moon and that they reflected light from the Sun. He then discovered that Jupiter had its own moons, like how Earth does. This made him think about how the Earth is just like other planets, not the god of the planets. Why heliocentrism was condemned. The Earth was viewed as the god of planets in the geocentric model. So when Galileo and Copernicus showed evidence that proved otherwise, it was going against religious belief. Galileo went to the church to present his findings and to hopefully publicize his findings. The church did not like this and prohibited him from showing his work to the public. The trial. Even though he was told not to, Galileo published his book, The Dialogue. The Pope during this time felt as if Galileo was going against him and God. Galileo was sent to trial in Rome by the Holy Office. During his trial, he was convicted of heresy and going against the Church in their agreement, and was forced to swear that he believed in geocentrism, not heliocentrism. Galileo was then sent to life under house arrest. Galileo's legacy. Even after being placed under house arrest, Galileo continued to write and conduct research. He had many writings published, but died in his home in Italy of 1642. Galileo and his research was so significant as he influenced the thought of people. His research inspired others during this time of the scientific revolution. Then here are my resources.